Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Studios in a row.
Universal Orlando Resort has this Halloween spectacular for a few months.
Yeah, I was going over the website, and we've always gone to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, or if we've gone to Orlando and gone to a Halloween party, that's the one we've always chosen. But this one looks a little interesting, but it kind of looks a little scary to me.
It's on select nights September 2nd through October 31st. October 31st might be cool to see. All through 2022. I got to be honest with you. I think I always just forgot about it. I don't know if it's because it was just beyond scary in my realm of wanting to be frightened out of my bones, but I just always kind of disregarded this event until recently. And actually somebody said we recently became fans, like super fans of Stranger Things. And someone told us how they had done a whole theme of Stranger Things one year. And I'm kind of bummed we missed out on that.
I hope that comes back. And maybe with season 5 coming up, maybe they'll do something else like this because they have a couple years to prepare for it. But it says 10 terrifying haunted houses. Like, that's not a way to sell me on it. On the website for Universal Orlando Resort. I think
Watch your back, it says.
Yeah, I think the difference between this and the Disney version of a Halloween party is Disney tries to be family friendly. If you have younger kids, Disney's probably the way to go. You get to dress up in costumes. You get to go kind of trick-or-treating, go on some attractions. It's a select night event with a lower crowd. I think Universal's obviously going for that older crowd, which it does anyway.
It does. We just talked about this recently off podcast. We were talking about how we think we really didn't appreciate Universal until our kids became teenagers.
Yeah, I was watching or reading a blog post where it described the difference between Universal and Disney perfectly. It says Disney is about the theming and the feeling you get while walking through the park in the storytelling of the shows and attractions. And Universal is all about the experience and the rides themselves. Whereas you can go to Disney and not go on anything and still kind of feel like you did something. When you go to Universal, you want to experience things and go on these rides.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're trying to do for the Halloween Horror Nights. But I don't know if it's my thing. I want to go to experience it, but I don't know if I can handle people jumping out at me and people chasing me around with chainsaws and axes and all that.
You don't want to summon your Scream Squad?
No.
So summon your Scream Squad to Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights, the world premiere Halloween event. Did you know it was named Best Halloween Event by Amusement Today's Golden Ticket Award for 12 years?
Wow, I didn't even know that was an award.
I didn't either, but now you do.
Well, now I have to go since it won that award.
It says, whether you're a super fan, here for the snacks or selfies, scared of everything, or skeptical of everyone, never go alone.
Well, it says on the Universal website, I'm reading some of the things it has to offer, and it says 5 sinister scare zones. If you think you can relax outside of the haunted houses, you're dead wrong.
Oh.
Our scare zones are filled with scare actors on the prowl, which means they're going to be jumping out at you as you're walking around and trying to enjoy yourself. But I guess they have it in a secluded zone, though, so you don't have to worry about it while you're walking through the whole park. That's kind of good.
What did you say, scare actors?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're dressed up in costumes. I think their job is to specifically scare you.
Pretty sure by the images I'm seeing, they're not dressed up. They're real zombies.
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they are real zombies.
I think they summoned the real zombies here. I don't know.
So the zones, though, is something that intrigues me because then you just don't have to go in there if that's not your thing.
Well, it's as if our scare zones are filled, but you can relax out of the haunted houses. So I don't know if it's necessarily accurate. Like, I think it's scary everywhere.
Yeah, but I don't think they jump out you. The scare zones are probably a place where they're a little bit more interactive with you as a guest.
Yeah.
So you go in there at your own peril.
So I love all things Halloween. If I had my way, I would have some kind of Halloween celebration the entire year. Like, I have already decided that Christmas and Halloween are going to blend together this year. I'm going to do like a Harry Potter kind of Halloween Christmas tree. I didn't know if you knew that, Bruce, but I'm doing that.
All right.
I'm just going to continue because I love it. That being said, I don't love the feeling of being scared or terrified or anything like this, but I am intrigued.
You know what? I think I would like this a little bit more than the Disney one in September. It feels not like Disney tries to make it like Halloween Day, right? You're trick-or-treating, you're dressing up in costume. And to me, going in August or September and doing that doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
But I can go and get scared and be part of an event. You can do this at any time of the year.
They have themed food and drinks, which I'm curious about. I think that would be a fun way to kind of feel the spirit, maybe not be so scared, but enjoy some food. Obviously, we talked about the haunted houses, the scare zones, and then they have 2, quote, outrageous live shows. Take a break from the scares and witness the spectacle of our world-class entertainment.
Is Chip Davis going to be there?
I hope Chip Davis makes an appearance as a zombie form because he is epic. Did you know that there's also behind the screams, there's extra things that you can do as a part of, obviously a more expensive way to kind of experience it, but they have what is called Behind the Screams, Unmasking the Horror Tour. Due to the intensely graphic nature and lights-on viewing within the haunted houses, the Unmasking the Horror Tours are not recommended for children under the age of 13. However, you can take a daytime VIP tour for a lights-on look at Halloween Horror Night haunted houses. Pick from a 3 or 6 haunted house tour on select dates and times. It includes behind-the-scenes access with lights on, an informational walking tour, once per house, and exclusive access to photograph in select rooms. What do you think about that?
I don't know. It says only not suitable for people under 13 or me.
Not it just says it's really graphic. It's not necessarily something that they recommend. I think that there's a line, right? It's even like when I talked about Stranger Things, like if you noticed as the kids on the show have gotten older, they have pushed the boundaries and the limits. The show has gotten scarier.
I guess that's true.
So it's kind of like in that sense.
I'm interested to see this. I want to go for the first time and check it out because I don't want to give a determination on whether you should go or not until I've experienced it for myself this year.
They also have a Halloween Horror Night private RIP tour.
Well, it says on the website The Weeknd is doing a special after-hours nightmare. Who's The Weeknd?
Listen,
yeah.
I'm not about to teach you everything.
All right, I'm going to play this video. Let's see what
Okay.
it's all about right here. She's the selfie queen, by the way.
Perfect.
This looks frightening.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm up for this. I might have to ease into this a little bit.
Right? Like you're going to have to prep yourself during the day. Drink some tea, maybe read a book. I don't know. Do some really heavy meditating before you get the bejesus scared out of you.
Yeah, I'm not into the whole jumping out in anticipation of somebody really scaring me or terrifying me. It reminds me of when we took our nephew to go see a haunted house, and it wasn't a haunted house at any theme park. It was just like a random haunted house.
It was like a resort type place in Maine, which was fine. They did a really good job.
And this is what I'm thinking, like a universal version of that.
Yeah.
More upscale, more laid out plans. This was just kind of a hodgepodge haunted house, and he was scared so bad. He made me run through holding him. He was about 6 or 7 at the time, so it was a little bit awkward holding a 6 or 7.
And he was a big 6 or 7.
Yeah, or maybe he was even 9 or something like that. And he made me hold him the whole time, carrying him through the haunted house. And I'm kind of glad he did, because I don't love when people jump out at me like that. And that's what
Would you use him as a protection?
Yeah, I used him. I held him up in front of me as we went around corners, so that way if they would jump out, they'd see him.
Joke's on him. You weren't protecting him. He was protecting you the whole time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I love the adrenaline rush you do get after the fact. I remember going into a haunted house and screaming so hard, but then also laughing at the end. And I think that whole fear factor is a lot of fun. I think that it is obviously for older people, older kids, but I do think it's something that I want to experience at least once. Maybe,
you know what it is? I think I want somebody else to go through it. Like, I'll go to Halloween Horror Nights, right?
Videotape it, maybe?
Yeah, videotape it. I generally don't like to watch videos of shows or attractions or rides before I go on them, because I want to experience them for myself. But this may be a scenario in which I do that. Go through, video it so I can watch
like
it.
wear a GoPro or something on you.
Yeah, so I can watch it and then see where people jump out and see where they scare you, because then I'll be fine doing it. It's like a scary, intense movie. I always kind of Google it.
No, you don't always kind of. You always Google the ending.
I do. I always Google the movie itself and see how it plays out, so that way I'm not scared or nothing too intense happens that I get frightened of. I want to do that with this, and then I'll go through it, no problem.
Yeah, I think that I could picture that for you.
So maybe I'll go on YouTube and watch some videos once it goes live and people are going through, because you know there's vloggers out there always doing those kind of things.
Or you could just do maybe the daytime with the lights on kind of thing. I think that's more my speed. Like, I want to know a little bit more. What do you think?
Maybe you do that first, and then you go back at night and do it with the lights off.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm in. Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Studios. I'm definitely going this year to check it out.
Okay.
Maybe you'll have to record me getting scared. No, you know what? You're not doing that. Never mind.
Okay.
That's not happening.
No.
Are you in or out?
I'm in.
Halloween Horror Nights. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube or on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you're listening to the podcast. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to check out our main podcast, Unlocking the Magic, wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See you next time.